And dear Cancer signs with Cancer rising and moon signs, let's see how the June 22nd full moon will affect dear Cancer signs. Now, I briefly mentioned this full moon before the holiday, saying we'll go into details after the holiday. And now we're slowly getting into the details. Dear Cancers, it has very intense effects, but it will also bring up very clear issues right at the end of June. Now, the full moon will be directly opposite your sign. The sun will be in your sign, aligned with Venus and Mercury during the full moon, and this will create a significant impact on your relationships. If you have a partner, someone you like, someone you're seeing, or if you have a spouse, you may notice that their feelings towards you are very clear. Maybe they've never said certain things before, but now you'll see them speak with great composure. Here, you may hear things you've wanted to hear in their purest form, but you may also hear things you've been afraid to hear. Now, we don't see the partner's chart because it will be across from you, and it says that all emotions will be exposed in their entirety. So, this can be good for Cancers because we'll see the truth, my dears. With Venus in your sign, Mercury in your sign, and the Sun in your sign, if we want a reaction, if we want an emotional response from the other side, we'll get it in its purest form, and knowing the truth, knowing what the other person feels deep in their heart, will be a relief for you. Maybe for the last 1 to 1.5 months, you've had some questions in your mind about how the other person feels about you, what they're thinking, what they're trying to do. But with the effect of this full moon, these questions will slowly start to disappear. Now, the other side may seem cold and distant to you during this period, but they will be honest and realistic. They might not say very fanciful or romantic words, or create unrealistic dreams, but even if they give a tiny dream or a small word, it will be something they stand by, or it will be their true feelings. In this respect, we can say it's quite good. And while this full moon is happening, the base of the chart will align with the Jupe star. Dear Cancers, we heard about this star a lot during the earthquake period. It has very impactful and intense effects, and it will be in your money house. Now, while your love life is being affected this way, Cancers also seem to be on the brink of a significant transformation in financial matters. I already mentioned the millionaire degree when I talked about Cancer signs, 29 degrees. Watch that video because it will be active in July. But before we get there, this Jupe star will shake the base of your chart. During this period, what could happen? Your current financial resources might undergo a transformation, changing jobs, changing sectors, starting a business, or even finding yourself in a situation like, I quit my job, what do I do now? If something like this happens, don't worry. Why? Because if one door closes, a new one will surely open. Dear Cancers, especially in such critical periods, the closing of doors always has a meaning. Maybe it has run its course for you, but there are better things ahead, more opportunities. Maybe you need to pursue these now, and the full moon's effect with the Jupe star will show you new opportunities. Of course, I'm not saying all Cancers will lose their jobs, but stepping into new sectors, doing things you haven't done before, earning income from different areas, thinking, I can actually do this too, could be possible for you. And since Jupe is here, we also need to move forward by protecting our resources, preserving what we have, and adding to it. We need to be careful about what we're risking, dear Cancers. And while all this is happening, there will be a sextile aspect between Uranus and Neptune, with Uranus conjunct the algal star. I'm highlighting this because it will continue in your chart for a while, not just with the full moon's effect. Even after the full moon, we will host Uranus here for quite some time, and the algal star is not a star we're very fond of, dear Cancers. It's a dangerous star. However, those who can benefit from this star are those who use its creative energy. Those involved in creative works and art can gain a tremendous opportunity to shine. For instance, Versace's chart has this star active. Medusa is the symbol of this star, and Versace's symbol is Medusa. As I say, we are not the only ones who talk about astrology. Very famous people and companies also benefit from astrology. Therefore, when this star comes, we need to use its influence very well. So, what should we pay attention to? The social environments, the people we are with, the places we are drawn into. Are we with the right people, or are they people who could pull us down, especially when entering new environments? Dear Cancers, it might be beneficial not to trust too much or to take steps without researching the background of the people you meet for the first time. This includes your commercial life too. If you are doing business or making agreements, it's beneficial to thoroughly research the firm you are making deals with, who you are agreeing with, how clear things are, and to calculate and see these things. During this period, pay attention to your environment, especially to people you do not know, whom you are newly meeting. While all this is happening, there will be a conjunction between the Aldebaran and Antares stars on the rising-descending axis of the chart. This means an internal struggle for dear Cancer signs, a reflection of the struggles within your soul to the outside. This, in a way, is a good thing. Why? Because if we can externalize our internal struggles, if we can name the discomfort we feel, we can also get rid of that feeling. While the 12th house is a place everyone avoids, it's actually a beautiful area when we can externalize it, reflect it. Why? Because if